Some years ago now, somebody said to me that they'd been on some kind of training course, and an NLP so-called expert had come in to use some techniques with them, or to tell them how brilliant NLP was. And they were really disappointed by it because it just didn't work out well. And I almost laughed when they said that this person said, I'm just going to try this little technique on you, and it's called a swish. Now, if anybody's listening to something like that, what on earth does a swish mean? It's meaningless and it's jargon. And we don't need to use swish, phasphobia technique, parts therapy. We don't need to say those words because they're all jargon and they're just for therapists to know. So never in 20 years have I ever said to a client, I'm going to use a swish technique on you today. What I will do though is explain to them how the mind works. And certainly if we were talking about swish techniques, we would say, in some part of your mind, you've got this imprint of how you are at the moment. What about if we overlaid that with another imprint of exactly how you would want to be? They're probably going to say that would sound great. And that's exactly what we're going to do. I've explained that in very few words. They don't need to know the ins and outs of it. You don't need to tell them, because if you start telling them bit by bit, they will unpack it consciously, and it's more liable to fail and not work for them. So to be able to do a good swish, explain it in that way, and then when you're asking them to do it while they're in trance, use the ideomotor signal, because that will tell you that they're following all your instructions. And again, I've seen many therapists just expecting or assuming that the client is changing those pictures. What about if they were just sitting there thinking, I've no idea what this person's talking about, it all sounds rubbish to me, I'm not going to do anything, I'm just going to sit here with my eyes closed. What about if you use an ideomotor? They're not going to lift a finger up if they're not doing what you're asking them to do. So stop being afraid of asking them, because that's mainly the reasons why therapists do not ask their clients, because they're afraid that if it's not going to work, what are they going to do then? So explaining to clients easily and simply helps the session to become successful.